It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tyrone Lowe. This is my show, The Legends, and I want to thank everybody that subscribes to my show and actually looks at my show. Without you guys, there wouldn't even be a show. In the House of the Legends, I have somebody that I met through a friend of mine, Creola, which I'm actually giving you a shout out to. And in the House of the Legends, I give you Mitchell Vincent. What's going on, Mitchell?
Hey, how's it going? First off, I'd like to say thank you for allowing me on the show. I'm ready to get started with you, and let's just have a good time here. So,
Most definitely. That's what it's all about, good times. So we're going to talk about the beginning for you. So as a child, how did you actually thought that, how did music influence you as a child?
growing up as a child, music was it was first introduced to me kind of by my father. He introduced me to some of the oldies stuff, so I was listening to a lot of the Beach Boys and the Beatles and stuff like that growing up. Um, and I used to have I had a CD-ROM is what I had. A
Right.
CD player is what I had when I was a kid.
Okay.
And I just remember just hours on hours. Every night I would go to bed and I would put my headphones in and fall asleep to music.
Right.
And, I fell in love with music when I was a kid. I always loved to sing, always loved to listen to good music.
Mhm.
And that was kind of my introduction to music was some of the older stuff.
Right.
And which I'm very very glad that I was introduced to some of that because
Mhm.
I I just love music, and I love good music, and a lot of good music a lot of oldies is very good music for me. So that was kind of my first little introduction to music, and as I kind of got older, I progressed and started listening to more and more.
Right.
As I got older, and I listened to pretty much everything.
Okay.
If it's good music, I will listen to it. If I see talent, I'll listen to it. It's just kind of how I am.
Right. So, is there any particular kind of genre that you actually listen to at this point now? Or let's take it back. Was there any particular type of genre that you actually listened to back then, which actually escalated you to the point of the type of music that you listen to now?
Yeah, I would say I used to listen to. I actually listened to a lot of Christian music growing
Okay.
up.
Right.
That's where I began my guitar playing was in church.
Right. Okay.
So my hometown preacher taught me how to play, and that's where I fell in love with the stage. I fell in love with
Hmm.
singing. I s- there were so many songs I used to sing on that, up on that stage, and that kind of progressed me into high school.
Right.
It was kind of that phase, going from the Christian music into my high school, which was kind of the lovey pop phase for me.
Right. Right.
So
At this point right now, how would you actually say to yourself as an artist, are you supposed to be where you're supposed to be at, or would you like to get even better than where you're at right now?
well, I of course I would always like to get better. I would always like to improve, and but with that being said, I also want to do it the right way. Um, I don't want to rush things. I don't want to just jump the gun on things. I want to, dot my T's and dot my I's, stuff like that, to make sure that I feel that I'm giving out the product that you know that I want and I feel is up to par with my standards. And unfortunately, right now I just don't have the resources to do everything I want to do right now, and that's kind of the point I want to get to. I want to get
Right, right,
here. I want to get up to here. It's just kind of stair steps. One good decision after another. you know, leads to, you know, endless possibilities. And of course I want to learn more. And,
Right, right,
but I also know at the same time, I want to stay humble, and I
right,
know I'm genuinely here because I love music. It's what I love to
right.
do, and it's something that, you know, I can do the rest of my life, regardless if I feel like I make it or not. I will always make it because it's what I love to do. You know.
Mhm. How long have you been recording, Mitchell?
So I started recording uh, early high school. So my freshman year is when I started to like get into mixtapes and stuff like that.
Right.
So
And what was people's reactions behind your production?
so the production I had, it was a very fun process, very interesting there. I
Right,
actually I recorded with a family member of Criola's.
right, okay.
Yeah, shout out to AWOL. He's a good buddy of mine. You
Hmm.
know, he helped mix and master a lot of my music that I had back then, and
Right.
you know, and I still have a lot of that music to this day. I still play a lot of it too.
What do you think? As far as let's say your genre is sort of like pop in a sense. It reminds me of the '70s in a sense, where
Yeah.
that music was actually at that stage. Just playing guitar and vocals and a
Yep.
story behind it. You
Hmm.
know, how do you feel? Do you think that at least years from now, that's going to change your way of actually how you're actually doing it, or do you think that you're going to progress to the point of changing the genre of your style?
Yeah, you know, I don't think I'm necessarily. I don't think any artist could necessarily be genre locked. You
Okay,
know, I would love to venture out to. You know, I love rock music. I'm a big rock music
right.
fan. There's a lot of my new material that, you know, I'm kind of leaning towards that way.
Hmm.
But then again, I also feel myself as more a songwriter.
Right. Okay.
That's one of my strong suits, and I have, you know, I have a lot of music that's, you know, that's pop, that's country, or that's,
Right.
you know, or rock.
Hmm.
So, but but no, I write songs that, you know, come up to me at the time and how I
Uh huh.
feel, you know,
Hmm.
and sometimes, you know, I don't in that writing process, I may not know exactly what's going to come out.
Right.
Uh, and most of the time it just kind of happens, and then
Right.
there's a song, and you know, it I don't try to lean towards one way or another, you know.
Right.
It's, you know, if I hear something, I write it down, you know. If I think of something, I'll write it down. So,
Right.
but that's where I think the songwriting process is more of my strong suit
Right. Okay.
for me, because I love me all kinds of music, you know.
And that's very good that you actually know exactly who you are and what you want to do. Some people feel that they can just do singing and that's it, but you
Yeah.
never know what the other part of you can convert to. You know, my question to you is that now that you're actually consider yourself a writer, are you writing for other people as well right now?
So I have not written for other people yet. That is
Okay.
something that I would like to venture out
Hmm.
to do. You know, maybe not necessarily putting out my own music, but putting out music for others. You
Right.
know, to use as well. So, but
Okay.
yeah, I would love to venture out that way sometime in the near future. I want to get this EP done first. That's the big
Okay.
thing, you know, and but yeah, songwriting has kind of been in the back of my head for a while. It's I love songwriting, you know. But I also love performing my songs as well.
All right.
So
Okay.
yeah.
So as far as performing, let's talk about some of your stage performance. How often do you do it, and what's the crowd reaction behind that? And do you feel that your energy is really that far enough to really influence the crowd to say, "Well, hey, he really got it," you know?
I would like to think so.
Okay.
I play uh, about once a month I do have shows scheduled once a month
Right.
for the whole year. I have that set in stone right now. So I play
Okay.
at Jowler Creek Wineries where I've been playing. I
Mhm.
also do events and stuff as well out there, which that's been a huge blessing in disguise to
Mhm.
me. And well, knowing like being in the music industry, and being a recovered alcoholic, you know, I'm going to have to deal with some of that
Right.
in
Mhm.
the music industry because it's just how it is. You know, I can't just say, well, I can't play there because I feel a little
Right.
uncomfortable. I can't do that
Mhm.
because I won't be able to play music then, you know, and
Right. So I
wineries
understand. Go
and
ahead.
stuff like that. Yeah, the vibe, the atmosphere there, it's just I'm not a big guy on huge crowds and stuff
Right.
like that.
Okay.
I like to be more intimate, smaller
Mhm.
crowds, quieter, you know. I want to make sure that I can feel like I'm getting a message to someone, you know,
Right.
that maybe, oh, they heard the song and wow, man, it really saved my life, or
Right.
it changed my life, you know, and that's what I love about music. It's, you know, it's something that I love to do, but it can benefit so many things for so many
Right.
people, and
Okay.
stuff that, you know, I may never even know that it helps people, you know.
You know, quickly, a lot of your songwriting writing was it actually based on some of your personal experiences in life? You know, the highs and the lows.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Yeah.
let's talk about that.
Okay. So I have never written a song that has that I have never experienced, you know. So
Okay.
everything that you hear, every song that has come from me has been something I've either personally experienced or felt.
Right.
So the songwriting process is very dear to me because a lot of these songs, it's part of my life. It's,
Hmm.
kind of telling the story of my life in words in
Right.
a sense, you know. And that's why I'm very close to my songs because I relate to them so well, you know.
Okay. Well, that's a good thing to know. So we're going to listen to something from Mitchell and go out there, support him, contact him, and make him feel, you know, worthy of what he's doing as far as his craft is concerned. And we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.
We got some fun people in the house tonight.
This is our house.
I am not the same, not the same man that I was. In all of my yearning, the world somehow keeps on turning inside out. Nothing seems to be alright, and so I will just keep searching for the answers, and I'm searching for the right time.
love of house,
The dynamic
for the love
soul
of beats,
sounds of
for the love of
DJ
dance.
Tyrone Lowe. DJ Tyrone Lowe. DJ Tyrone Lowe.
That's nice, 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 nice,
DJ Tyrone Lowe. The dynamic soul sounds of DJ Tyrone Lowe.
And we're back. My show is called The Legends. In the House of Legends, I have Mitchell Vincent. What's going on, Mitch?
Hey, how's it going?
You know, that song had a very touching story to it. Was there something that you was actually feeling at the time when you said that this is actually how I really want to express myself right now?
Yes. So you want me to just break down the story behind the
Yes,
song?
that'd be very nice. Yes.
All right. So Searching for the Answers, that's the title of this song. So Searching for the Answers. And this came at a time, I was about a year out of high school. I had been in a big breakup at the time.
Right.
Probably been a few months, you know. I was going through a lot at the time. And that's kind of when I started to drink and getting kind of that little party phase there, which I didn't drink much in high school. So actually I didn't drink at all in high school. So, but I always had music, you know. And even though, you know, through all that stuff, music was always there. And Searching for the Answers kind of came to me in a time of where I didn't really know what was going on. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know what I wanted to be. I kind of just thought I knew what I wanted to do ever since I got out of high school, you know. And it was just a time where I just didn't know what to do. And I was searching for answers, you know, and the answers may not always be there. But, you know, they're at the end of the tunnel. You'll get there one day. And I will always continue to search for answers. You know, I'm always looking for what I want to do and who I want to be, you know, and basically who I want to become. I've always wanted to, you know, you always want to improve yourself. You always want to work on yourself, you know, and you never know what's going to happen in life, you know.
That's true.
And searching for the answers, that was a big one for me. You know, it's just that time of your life. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I had music. So I wrote a song about it, you know, and that's cool. That's the song that I came up with.
So has it actually helped you out now, you know, in real time, in a sense, now that you've actually overcome that matter, in a sense, and you look back and say, well, you know, I was actually in a dark place at the time. So now that I've actually put everything on the table and it's been speculated, I can actually see myself as being the person that I really want to be now without actually shedding the pain and the misery of it. Am I right or wrong?
Of course. You know, this was a time where I was kind of in the middle of my addiction.
Right.
And it was at a time I didn't know I was an alcoholic, you know. It's just that was just the beginning of you know, my downfall for the next 3 or 4 years, you know. And but in retrospect, that song feels, you know, it has a different meaning to me now than it did back then.
Of course.
And you know, it was kind of before I got to that low point, you know. I had to make that choice. Like, I do have a problem, you know, and now when I hear the song, it gives me more of a sense of I'm going to be okay, you know, like I can continue to search for answers and be just fine, you know. I don't have to worry. I don't have to, you know, think about those things anymore.
So my question to you, My question to you is: people that's actually going through those dark phases right now, and going through the phases like you do, what can you actually recommend for them, and to actually overcome those symptoms of destruction?
What I would say is it's hard. It's always hard. Um, when you're in that state of mind, you usually don't know what to do.
Right,
Usually, it's just kind of one of those things where it just takes its toll, and you may not know what's going on.
right,
You just kind of think it's, well, this is my life. And what I would say to those people would be, stay strong, and if you feel a certain way, if you feel unhappy, if you feel sad, if you feel, reach out, talk to people. We have tools to utilize around us to, to
hmm
benefit from, reach out to a friend. It's as simple as that. You could reach out to your friend, your mom, go seek counseling. I'm all
right,
for all of that stuff, and um, I definitely recommend all those things, and when it comes
right,
down to it, it all comes down to you. You kind of
right.
you make that choice. No one can make the choice for you. You
Mhm.
have to make the choice for yourself.
Okay.
You know. So
So
that's what.
let's talk about some current events that
Mhm.
Mitchell Vincent's actually preparing himself for. As far as music, any type of entertainment, as far as shows, things of that nature. Can you tell the viewers about some of that stuff that's going on with you right now?
Yeah. So currently, I'm working on my EP.
Okay. Which consists of
So,
how many songs?
it'll be 5 songs, I believe.
Okay.
So which this will be kind of this is my big uh, oh, how do I say this? This will be kind of my uh, addiction
Right.
addiction sort of my music. So
Right.
my EP is I'm titled it's titled The Valley of Hope. So Valley of Hope
Okay.
is what I'm what to title it is which kind of speaks to me. You know, uh, then that's what it's about. It's about kind of what I went through with the addiction. And
Okay.
that's what the music will be about. So.
Is it going to be on an independent label, or is it going to be actually on a label? Is somebody going to pick you up for it?
Well, as far as I know, right now I'm still working with Creola, so
Okay.
I know we were releasing stuff through Flame Fire.
Right.
So, but yeah, there's a lot of things that we still need to discuss and get in, and I need to get back in the studio and things like that. So I just gotta get my things in order and
Right.
figure out a few things and I'm excited. I love recording. I love that process, and I got all the music material. I just need, I need a little more money and time, and
Well, it takes time. It takes
it
time.
does.
Perseverance is a part of the
This,
process. You
yeah,
know.
this isn't my full time gig.
Right.
I
Right.
have a full
Right.
time job as well. I have to go to work every week, and
Right.
you know, because I have to. Um,
hmm Any shout outs to anybody that you want to acknowledge right now?
oh, yeah, I'd shout out to Creola. She's been just amazing with everything the past few years.
Right.
Getting me on with her and getting some music out there and
Right.
promoting me. And so yeah, shout out to her. She's been great.
hmm
I feel very blessed, and yeah, I'm just very thankful.
I want to thank you for being on the show, man, and actually sharing your hope and your experiences. And people that are actually going through addiction, feelings, and things of that nature, man. I think that this show should actually regulate them to the point where they want to stay positive and not really self-inflict themselves. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And like I said, I thank you so much, man, for actually being on the show.
Of course.
Creola, thank you. That's my girl. I'm also going to be doing some remixes for her as well, with her camp. And hopefully when I get to it, it should be good. But I want to thank you again, man, for coming on the show. And I'm going to give you an extensive invitation to come again. You know what I'm saying?
I much appreciate that. So
All right.
thank you.
So the next song, all right. So the next song that he's actually going to close with is called "Addictive," and you guys look at it and enjoy it. And if you guys are going through some stuff, you know, try to get with it. Thank you, guys.
It's happening again. I can feel it deep within my bones. Would it be a sin if I could have one last drink before I go? I've said so many times I'd quit, but I would be lying to myself. Well, I just need some help. And dear addiction, I'm sorry that it took so long, but I can't stay. And please forgive me for the wrongs that I have done with relationships, 'cause I was left with none. And I can't say yet that I've won. Oh, dear addiction.
It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.
We got some fun people in the house tonight.
This is our house. It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.